Welcome back to round one. This is the show where we play just the beginning of a game to give you an idea of what it's like.
Yeah.
Now, you've probably played Castles of Burgundy,
Not
I'm
like
assuming.
This. Not like this.
But you've never played it like this. In fact, we had no idea that we'd get the chance to play it like this until the game was available. But the good people at Awakened Realms and Aaliyah put together this special edition prototype.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, this is a prototype that we're playing on. But I have to say,
You'd never know looking at this.
it's in really good shape for a prototype. I think they only made a few of these, so they really spared no expense in putting it together. We actually have castle miniatures. We don't have all of the pieces and parts that are going to ultimately be a part of that special edition, but we do have the Vineyard expansion. It is sitting here to the side of the board, kind of, because another part I have right over here, and I have to show this, because we're not going to have it during the game, because it sits up like this, and you won't be able to see things in the display, but this is the Vineyard Depot, where you put some of these double vineyard tiles or grape tiles that you're going to be taking and adding to this new sort of expanded player board. And we haven't played this, but I am very excited to try it, because one of my favorite things in Euros, and in fact a lot of Euros we've been playing lately, are games that have a lot of extra little bonus actions or ways that you can do things. And this is, my hunch is exactly what this is going to add. So you're going to turn what was already kind of a combo-tastic game at times, potentially into a really good combo game.
I mean, these little bonus actions are so much fun. And this is more, I think, something we see in modern gaming.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that added back to Castles of Burgundy. And I feel like we're probably going to do a lot of this.
I want to try.
It scores for you, too. It gives you a new scoring element.
Yeah, we each have a bonus tile for the vineyard. Mine is green grapes. His is blue.
I have blue or purple or red. Aren't like Concord grapes? They're blue.
They're blue. We took out, for 2 and 3 players, they recommend you maybe taking some of those out. So we took some of the grape colors out, so just know that. Not all of the grape tiles are represented here. But there's going to be times where we're going to be taking those tiles, adding them here, getting bonuses, and at the end of the game, we're going to be scoring potentially for our biggest contiguous group of this particular color. So we're going to jump right into it. Like I said, if you don't know how to play Castles of Burgundy, hopefully you'll just get an idea of that as we play. It's very simple to play because you're just rolling dice and using those 2 dice on your turn each round. But what I won't explain is the multitude of things that you can do with those dice.
There's a lot.
You're taking tiles, you're placing tiles, you're doing all sorts of different things and trying to chain together, like I said, some big bonusy actions. And of course, we've got some workers to help us mitigate the dice. We've got some goods here that we can sell at times. You'll see all of it. We're starting the game with our castles right here in the center of the board. This is board 2. What they've done here is they have this, I don't know, dual, triple, I don't know how many layers there are to this board.
Quite a few layers.
It's dual layered anyway. But they have this thing here, which I'll show you, which you can't see. It's invisible in front of my face right now. But it's this hex grid that lays down inside there so that it keeps all the tiles nice and neat, which is nice.
Yes.
It's definitely an upgrade over past versions of Castles
All right,
of
no more
Burgundy.
bumping that board.
So anyway, we've got the board all set up. We're going to get underway. We're going to play through one round, which effectively has 5 rounds or 5 turns to it. And you'll get the idea. Then we're going to finish the whole game, and we'll come back and tell you all about it. So we're going to roll up our die. I'm the first player. We determined that off screen, so I'm going to roll the white die along with mine. I do like the fact that this is the first version of Castles of Burgundy that doesn't have just traditional standard die.
Oh yeah, the fact that they made custom
die is cool. So I have a 5 and a 3.
It's always a nice touch for a game.
Plus, they also have a couple spaces where you put your unused die and then where you put your used die. In the old game, there was one round circle, and there was always a debate at the table. Is that where you put your used or your unused?
It was a table discussion.
So the white die is 3, so I'm going to put that on my board. What that dictates is where this good is going to go. Yep. So it's going to go in the 3 depot. You ready, Ron?
I'm all set.
Well, let's get underway. I am going to start, and I'm going to, do I want?
You just realized there was a lot of options immediately?
There are kind of some options for sure. But I am going to take, I'm going to use my 3 to take from the 3 depot, and I'm going to take these. Are they horses? Oh no, they're goats. They're beautiful, beautiful goats.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to put my goats on the board. So when you place, you have to place next to where you already have a thing. But when you take a tile, you're not placing it immediately. I'm placing it right over here in my storage, sort of, and you have 3 spaces for that. So now I'm going to use my 5. Where's the 5 depot? Oh, yep. I'm going to take my 5, and I'll take this mine.
David.
Because I want me
those mines are so good.
Silver.
All right, well, here's the thing is I kind of want that chip right there. I could get that chip by using one of my workers, but I can't place it because my only options are a 2 and a 1 here. So I think I'm going to start with my 6 here, and I'm going to take those cows. These cows look like they're going to be worth a lot of points potentially. And I have a 5. You took the one I want, but there is one here that scores you points for watchtowers, which watchtowers already do score you points.
Yeah, watchtower is the only building in the game that is just straight up points, and that doubles it effectively.
It does effectively double it. Or I could take that other 6, which is a castle.
Oh, with your worker?
Yeah, and that seems too good to pass up.
Oh, no, that's not a castle.
Oh, that's not a castle?
This is the castle right here. That.
Oh, it's the white castle. Take an extra action using the white die.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's still, it's a smaller castle.
Yes.
I think it's worth it, though. So I will spend this to make this a 6, and I will take the other one as well.
And we'll try to refrain from making any White Castle jokes.
Didn't even occur to me.
But I think I may have just made the first
that
one.
tile is what I craved. And
I
took it.
I shouldn't have said it, everybody. I shouldn't have said it.
So when I do this, I can use the white die as well as a bonus action.
When
I place that tile.
Yeah, when you place that tile. In fact, I think I'll put the white die here because I think that's what the white castle is what lets you use it. Because there's a little white castle symbol there next to it.
You're right.
All right.
That's it.
That is it. So we roll. Turn order has not changed.
Don't forget to roll the white die.
All right. The good is going on the 4 space.
Ooh, that's
I've got a 6. Whoops. And a 2.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You know, I took that mine, Ryan, and I didn't realize we're playing with a board. When I play Castles of Burgundy, there's so many different boards you can play with, but most times I play with the original.
And this is not that.
Which is the flip side of this. The fact that these mines are like out at the extreme ends, that's crazy.
You're going to be holding onto that mine for a while.
I mean, I'm going to be holding on to it for a minute.
Maybe I dodged a bullet here.
You may have. This board takes some strategy for sure. But I'm going to use my worker to use this 2 and change it to a 3.
Yep.
And I'm going to place that right here. And when I do that, I get 4 points.
Yep.
Where is it?
You're yellow, yeah,
1,
4
2, 3,
points.
4.
I love those score markers.
Really cool score markers, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Little busts of, I guess, our characters. Then I'm going to use this 6. What do I want to use the 6 for, though, Ryan?
Get more workers?
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any tile goods that I could sell. That's what I was really looking for.
Also, don't forget we have the Vineyard expansion now, which gives you more to do with your dice too.
Yeah, except, interesting. You know what? I'm going to try it. I mean, what would we be doing in round 1 if we didn't show you the Vineyard expansion? I'm going to take the 6, and that's going to let me take one of these. This is takeable, or I'm sorry, one of this, because it's takeable with a 5 or a 6. So I will take this. You have to have space for this, so I'm going to place it right there.
Yeah. Now, it's worth noting that in a 2-player game, we have 3, and each one is linked to 2 different dice. In a normal player game, you'll have 6 different tiles, and you have to have the exact dice.
And a lot more colors, by the way, or at least 2 more colors.
At least 2 more colors. All right. Well, my 5 can't take that anymore because I shouldn't have said anything to you.
Yes, you shouldn't have, but thank you.
I kind of like the green grapes one, but I'm really trying to score purple grapes. So I'm actually going to take this 5, make it a 4 with my worker. So I'm about to lose all my workers so that I can place that white castle here. And that gives me access to the white die.
Nice.
Which is also
take an action using the white die.
Yeah, so I will. I will take that middle.
This?
The one that's the 3 and the 4. Yep, that one right there.
It gives you one of your blues.
Yep, it gives me 1 blue.
And now you have 1 more die.
I have 1 more die. I could use that die to just place it out here, which is something I might do. I really want more cows. There's no cows out there.
No, there's some pigs, though. But we need some silver to get them. They're right here in this market.
Yeah, and this doesn't let me take from the middle.
No, sadly.
Sadly, but I could
sadly for you.
Actually, I think I've got it, what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use my other die to just place a tile in your vineyard. And when you do that, you have to start here on the lowest spot. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to place right here. So I'm going to take 2 silver.
But that takes a 1 die.
Oh, you're right. That one does take a 1. This is the 4 up here. I get 4 workers.
Oh, that's nice.
What did I play? I played a 2. Oh, I can't because I lost my...
Yeah, that's...
I don't have any more workers.
Ryan is already trying to cheat.
I'm just going to take 2 workers.
Yeah, that's
what I'm going to do.
There is no shame, and I mean this sincerely, in taking workers in this game.
I'll just set up for next turn.
If you've never played Castles of Burgundy, it's a tight game, so you're not always going to be able to take tiles and place tiles. Right. You have to do some of the other things. So it is rolling the dice time. May I have the white die?
There you go. Have the white die back.
I mean, I guess you could roll it, but...
I could, but it's the first player.
A 4 and a 1, that will work for me. And
this works for me this time.
Die. All right. Well, I am going to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use the 4.
Okay.
To place my grapes right here, like
I was about to do.
That's going to give me 4 workers. Yeah. And it's also going to let me take a livestock or a ship and store it. There are no more livestock, so I will take, what's your die? 4 and a 2?
4 and a 2.
I will take this 4
yeah,
ship.
Of course.
That's called hate drafting.
There's a little bit of hate drafting right there. It's okay.
So I took that ship, and now I can already tell you I'm feeling the vineyard.
You like those bonus sections? I'm about to take some too. We'll see.
I'm
excited.
You're feeling it a lot. Okay. I'm going to use this 1 to place this ship. Right
very
here.
Nice.
Now, a couple things happen when you place a ship. The first is to take a trade good from any depot. And I'm going to be looking at the ones I have. I have a yellow, or rather a 3, a 4, and a 1. There's a 2 and a 1 out here.
Oh, you want doubling up on the ones is pretty good.
We didn't put this out, by the way.
Oh, you're right. We should have. Oh, so there'd be 2 ones there.
Oh, well, I'm taking the 1s. That worked out well.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
There was no editing trickery in that, by the way.
There really wasn't.
Rewind if you want to see. So I was able to take those goods, and I go up on the turn order track to right there. I like how they did these turn order things too, so you can stack them.
It is nice.
And they're very cool looking.
They really thought about it all.
No, I cannot wait for this to actually deliver.
All right, so I'm going to make my 2 a 1. This is what I planned on doing last turn when I ran out of people. I'm going to put my tile out there, which is going to get me 2 silver.
2 silver. I was thinking about doing that. By the way, we have some metal coins. I don't know if these are what the coins would be like if you get the metal ones, but they're nice.
They are super nice.
I mean, metal coins always are.
And I get to take any 1 tile into my storage area. So
any building
tile. So there's only really there's 2.
You have 3.
I could take the church. Ooh, the church lets me take a mine.
Church or the boarding house, which gains you 4 workers when you build it.
But that gets me silver. That's the bank up there. I think I'm going to take the bank.
That's not bad.
No, the bank is definitely not bad at all. So I've got that area down. Now I need to get another blue tile.
Well, you could.
I could buy it for 2 silver, but I don't have a spot to put it right now. I have to get rid of one of these things first.
So we were talking about the silver. In the normal game, traditionally, you can spend 2 silver to buy any one of these tiles, either before or after your turn, effectively. Yeah. This one adds not just the depot for the vineyard, but the store. And the store, as you see here, there's 2 silver under these. These can be purchased at the same time, but you're only purchasing 1. So if you purchase here, you're not doing this, or if you do this, you're not doing this. You got to make that happen.
I do have to make that happen. I really want that double blue. So what I'm going to do...
But do you have a place to build your 4?
I have a place to build. I can build either one of these. Actually, I'm going to build my livestock first.
On the 3?
On the 3. So I'm going to make that 4 a 3 with my worker, and I'm going to build the livestock right there on that
4 cows?
3. And that's 4 cows.
Hey, buddy, you're right there with me.
4 points next to each other. And then I will spend my 2 silver to buy that double blue.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good.
That is my color I want to score at the end of the game, so I'm already making my way.
All right.
That's it.
That is it. So now we're going to roll the dice again.
4th action or 4th turn here.
All right. The 2 is where this is going to go. And I've got a 6 and a 4. What do you have?
I have a 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. 6 and a 4. Oh. I've got a mission, Ryan.
What's your mission here?
A mission. I'm going to spend this 4 with a worker to make it a 5. No, to make it... Oh, I don't want to make it a 2.
Why don't you want to make it a 2?
Because it costs 2 workers to do that.
You got 4 workers.
Don't tell me how to spend my workers. You know what? This is just an ends to a means. So I'm going to change it to a 5 and take this right there. Then I'm going to use the 6 with another worker. Change it to a 5 and place this right here.
Smart.
So this makes 4 points for all of my towers.
Which we don't have any. We haven't even seen a tower yet.
Oh, and you know what? It makes me wonder: is it 4 points at the time of placement, or is it at the end of the game?
They're at the end of the game.
It is end of game.
Yeah, the monasteries are end of game.
Thankfully, it is at the end of the game because I have none of those right now.
All right.
But that's my turn.
Well, that was your turn. Yeah. No.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna retro something. Sorry.
What are you gonna retro already?
Instead of the 6 to a 5, I'm going to change the 6, wrapping it to a 1.
Oh, and put it there.
Place it there so that I can get out here.
Oh, to get your mine out.
I want to get the mine out because you get silver at the beginning of each round.
You do, and that's so helpful. All right, so I've got my 5 here, and I'm going to use it to sell goods. So I've got the 5 here, and I've got these 2 goods here, which are also a 5. So I can sell both of these.
Yeah, you can. If you had a giant stack of 5 trade goods, you can sell them all. Now you only get 1 silver, period. It is like a flat fee transaction for some reason.
Right, you get 1 silver no matter how many goods you sell.
But for each good tile you sell, you're going to get points equal to the number of players. Yeah. So that's 4 more points for you.
And I'll set those aside in case something ever wants to score that. Like, for example, this monastery scores for the different types of trade tiles.
And that is definitely a thing. That is definitely a thing.
So that I could potentially, if I get another silver, I could potentially get that. Which I could... Oh, I can't get another silver. Because I have no way to place this right now. This would have gotten me 2 silver.
Yeah, being without workers,
it's tough.
You are just
it's tough.
You just depend on those die that you have.
So what's in the 3 section? Oh, there is I'm full up on buildings. I can't place this with a 3. I have a 2 and a 5 here. I could
something smells like workers.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't mind spending a die for workers because they really increase your flexibility for the future.
For sure.
So I'll take my workers there.
That is that round.
That's that, yeah.
Or that turn. This is the last one. Whoops. All right, the white die is a 6. So this is going
perfect.
Right here. And I've got a 1 and a 2? Okay. Okay. That'll be fine. I've got workers. Okay, I'm first.
Yep.
I'm not going to... Well, let me take a look here. So the 2... I think I will do... I know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use a worker on this 1 to change it to a 6. So the worker goes away.
Yep.
And I'm going to use that 6 to place my mine right there. So now at the beginning of each round, I'm going to collect some income. For each mine, you get a silver. And then I'm going to use this 2. And I think I'm going to, let's see, that's...
You going to sell some goods?
No. I'm just going to do something very simple that hasn't been done, which is crazy in this game. But given where the castles are, I can understand. I'm going to use this 2 to take this castle here. And I'm not sure how you're supposed to do it in the final version of this game, but I'm going to set the castle tile aside, and I'm just going to put one of my castles
very nice.
in my place, just because I want the elevation.
You've almost
got
on
my board.
You can almost place that too. I'm nowhere near placing a castle. That's why
that is true. I'm very close. I love, and you won't see it on camera probably, but when you place a castle in this game, you effectively get to take an extra action as though you had any die value. It is just a completely wild action, and it is one of my favorite things in gaming.
All right, so I'm going to use my 4 here to place my...
Oh, you get it placed? Oh, the grapes.
Actually, I think I'm going to place the 6. I think this is better. I'm going to place the 6 and place it right here. I'll get 4 points.
Oh, really?
1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll get to use the white die, which is a 6 currently. which is good because I will use one worker to wrap that 6 around to a 1 and place this here.
Not bad.
Which is going to give me 2 silver. So now I've got silver. I can buy something. Is there anything in the 4 has... That's the church. Take a mine, monastery, or castle tile.
I see what I would buy.
The pigs?
No. Oh, no, I don't see what I'd buy. My bad.
Oh.
But maybe. Nope, I think I do see what I would buy.
Actually, I know what I'm going to buy.
Can I just grab it?
Do you know what I'm going to buy? No, that's not the one.
Oh, no?
Oh, is that blue? Oh, they're both blue.
They're both blue, and this one's green, which will set you up for green, too, if you ever get that scoring tile. I was thinking if you placed it.
Yeah, I'm not going to place it up there.
That's interesting.
I'm going to place it down here.
I just noticed for the first time, the tiles are oriented in different ways.
I want the... no, I might as well take that one.
This one?
Just because, you're scoring green. So it just...
True.
Makes more sense. So I'm going to place it here with my 4.
Nice.
So technically it comes down here, but I'm going to immediately place it. So I'm going to get 4 workers, which is really what I wanted from that.
Pretty good.
And it's going to give me, I can take a livestock or water tile. Now there's no livestock left to take, but there's a boat. So I'll take the boat, and it goes here.
And this is the cooler part.
I should mark that.
He's filled in 1 layer of his vineyard. I don't know if you can notice, but this vineyard has 4 layers.
That's not blue, that's black.
Oh, it isn't blue. You're right.
That's still fine. They're both the same. It's hard to see from this far away.
That is true.
But I do still want that. So my second scoring tile, I'm going to take...
You can take you don't necessarily want to take another blue.
I don't want to take another blue.
So the way the scoring tiles work, it's not a multiplier. For each blue he had, he could score a different group of blue that he has.
And if I do this right and I have 1 big cluster of blue, I won't have a second one. But I could grow out a cluster of green. So let's take a green one. But now we're going to be competing for the green tiles. So
but I mean, that's not a bad thing for you.
No, not necessarily.
You just take them away.
I feel like that was a pretty productive turn.
Yeah, I can already tell you, this vineyard board, I can't imagine ever not playing with it.
Yeah, this is nice. It's really nice to have that.
That is a lot of fun. So that is the first round of the first round, or the first 5 turns of the game. We'd have 5 more to play, and we will play through those really quickly here, and we'll come back to show you and tell you all about the entire experience.
Can't wait.
And we're back. We just finished the game. This is a pretty peppy game at 2 players. It always has been. The grapes added quite a bit because the scoring is pretty monstrous at the end.
Oh, man.
And Ryan was able to put together a group of 7.
I did a group of 7 of those Concord or purplish grapes that I started with.
And then 4 black ones.
And then 4 black ones, which was worth quite a bit of points. In fact, it was actually worth a lot of points because of the way that the grapes scale.
Yeah.
In fact, I got so many points that I couldn't even catch up to David at the end.
Yes, I barely beat him. And
even with all those points.
And this is interesting. So this is obviously, as you might guess, it's going to impact on what you consider a good Castles of Burgundy score.
Yeah.
I regularly do not score over 200 points in Castles of Burgundy. It can be done. I've done it. But most people don't score over 200. We both easily just scored over 200, and it wasn't because of my board.
Yeah, you did get quite a few points from your board, but the Vineyard expansion really does ramp up scoring. And I think the more expansions you add on to this game, because each expansion does come with more scoring opportunities, you're going to see higher than normal points.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never gotten over 200 points in a Burgundy game, but I got almost 50 points just from my Vineyard board.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And also, the Duchy boards that we use, these maps in particular, like I said, are a little bit different than what I'm used to. And what was interesting is they allowed for a lot more early game points because we were able to complete a lot more little sections early. Ryan did that quite well and went, I think it was the second round, you were taking way off from me.
I filled in all my little 1 dots because I realized that they're not going to be worth nearly as many points at the end of the game. So I started trying to fill them all early. Now, obviously, that strategy didn't super pay off because I didn't win. Because you focused on filling, I think, some of your big groups and scored points for having some large
I did
groups
some of the
filled.
big groups. I have to admit, I'm usually a Care Bear. But in that last round, Ryan waited, and this will happen with the animal.
Every Castles of Burgundy game.
Animal points are a tricky thing because if you go after them and I'm going to get them all, inevitably it was the last round, and finally some more cows. Although you got a few of the cows throughout the game, but there was two more sets of cows that came out. I was first player that round.
You were first player.
And I took these 2 cows as my first action off the board. One of them I bought, the other one I took with my die, so he couldn't complete his cow section, which would have been...
That would have been the difference. It would have been 9 more points.
It would have been big points. Yeah, it would have been another 12 points if you played
another
cows
12
there.
points. Yeah, it would have been 12 more points, which would have given me the game. So it was smart for you to hate draft, but also I was first player almost all throughout the game.
Yeah.
And then I let you take it from me, and I said, no big deal. And of course, that's the round the cows come up.
Yeah.
And I saw them because I placed the tiles out, and I saw it, and I was like, I really hope David doesn't see these, like doesn't like make this connection. But you were getting so much money from the mines that whenever like the cows coming out in the black market was no problem for you to buy either.
Yeah, I was getting the mines pretty well. It was really interesting. And I'm a sucker for the castles. I mean, the game's called Castles of Burgundy. I have to go up to the castle, so I branched out. But one of the things I didn't do, like I do in most, I didn't have many buildings.
Oh, you really didn't, did you?
I had 3 here,
4,
2 here,
5,
and
6?
I almost got 2 more done here. And that's potentially largely because the vineyard is a wonderful distraction that lets you do a lot of things. And as you can see, we both built up a little bit differently. Ryan actually filled out 2 of the layers, so he got 2 additional scoring tokens.
Yeah.
I only did 1 layer, so I got 1 additional scoring token, but then I made my way up here to get this last top layer because it gives you 4 points and effectively a castle action where you're taking a whole nother action, which was really beneficial. And I was able to put together a couple nice little vineyard spots.
You only really had the green and the oranges there, which was nice.
Yeah, it was great. I've always loved Castles of Burgundy. I love it even more. And we said this before we cut away from the camera. We thought we were going to like the Vineyard expansion. I can't imagine not playing with it.
No, that's it adds a lot to this game. I mean, that not just that combo appeal, but there's so many situations, and I love this in the game, where you're like, I need to get that tile. And in regular Castles of Burgundy, it's like, well, you either have the workers or you don't. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, okay, well, now if I get that vineyard tile, if I can place this vineyard tile, this bonus lets me take the tile. Now I have the tile, now I can place it. And you can find solutions to that puzzle in a lot more different places, which, that might add a little bit of AP, but it also leads to so many satisfying turns. Like, I haven't had this many satisfying turns in a Castle of Burgundy game before. This really did add a lot.
Yeah, and I've always felt the game is filled with satisfying turns, but like we said, the Vineyard really adds quite a bit to it. And of course, the production value here. Again, this is just a prototype, but it is a pure joy putting these amazing castle miniatures out on the board.
And that's where I epically failed. I only built 2 of the castles.
You built one, really.
Well, yeah, that's right. We start with 1. And you built all 3, which, too, that's... You get the 3 extra slot bonuses plus 3 extra actions. I think I probably should have prioritized building those castles.
Yeah, it's tough in a 2-player game because there's only 1 castle that comes out unless one comes out in the depot there. But yeah, that was our experience playing Castles of Burgundy, 208 to 201. Again, a very tight score for that high of a score.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to play all the other expansions as well now.
Yeah, we do have a couple. We might try. We're hunting through the box to see if we have all the components. We had everything for Vineyards, so if we get another one of those plays, we'll share that on a chit chat or something. But until next time, make sure everyone has fun at the table, and we'll see you then.